Blessings upon blessings, everyone. Come on in and do share. Come on in and do share. We are live on our Love Walk Outreach Global pages and also on our Facebook page, personal. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in and do share. It is day 100 of our 100 days of prayer and flow. And here we are. We made it. All 100 days. We have been here. We've been available. We've been excited to share. We've been through the highs, the lows, right here in front of your faces. But we are present because this is what it is that God has designed for us in this life. And we are proceeding forward after today, still showing up almost every day, but just on different platforms. And so we are here for it. Tonight, I am asking everyone who is able to consider giving this love offering to honor this day, to honor this completion. $100 for a love offering if you have received throughout this time, and if you believe in what we're doing here, just to say congratulations and to be a blessing, if you can do that tonight. We're going to talk a little bit and just kind of recap. We're going to go ahead and take our deep breaths first, and then we're going to kind of recap some of the things that God has done over these last 100 days. And we're going to talk about some of the things that He's revealed to me and shown me when it comes to ministry. How ministry just looks different for everybody, and I get to live in the full truth of what ministry is for me. And so we are ready. Blessings, Nadia. So over these past 100 days, we started on December 24th, 2024. Of course, strategically, God allowed us to start in the previous year and walk on into this season. And now we are in the month of April. the month that means to open. April means to open, and so we are in the month of the open, and I'm going to call it the open because it is the time for blooming, right? For coming into the wholeness and the fullness of who you are, and to be open to what it is that God wants to do in and through you in this season of your life. And so my encouragement for you is for you to lock in every way possible to whatever it is that is bringing life to you. There are many of things that you'll get in this space and time as we grow, as we learn, and it is meant to be for your foundation as you launch into the full, the place where you are supposed to live and be purposed in. Everything you gain in this space of talking about love walk and love walk approaching and all of that is meant for you to take with you in the other parts of your life. And so we're happy, we're grateful, and we are excited about what happens from this day forward. And I did share that I would share with you some of the things that are going to happen. Please know that on this platform, on the Love Walk Outreach Global platform, we will be here. We will be here on Sundays still at 4:21 p.m. Eastern time. That time has not changed yet, and I thought that it would. Maybe God, you can give them an earlier time so people can have the rest of their day free. But He has done something, and I'll say that in a second. But at 4:21 p.m. Eastern time on Sundays, we will still be live on this channel on YouTube and on the Love Walk Outreach Global pages on Facebook. For what we call the Love Walk approach. And it's been Love Walk Outreach Global Spiritual Fellowship, but of course, because we are just opening this space up for multiple people to come and to grow and to gain our foundation, spiritual as always. But we're about to bring to life the question of the book that God has given me, which is, what if God is all of us? And so we're going to approach everything from that perspective on Sundays. The Love Walk approach conversation. What if God is all of us? And we're going to speak from that perspective. In other words, we are going to teach the universal principle of unconditional love as the law. And that is going to cover so many different facets. And throughout the week, there will be other things for you to engage in. But Sunday is the day that we get together, we fellowship, yes, but we are going to be teaching and talking, and I will be having guests to join me sometimes, and we will be live on Sundays at that time. I thought the podcast itself was going to be called What If God Is All of Us, but God says no. Sundays at 4:21 p.m. Eastern time is when you're going to podcast of sort. You will be live, and it will be called the Love Walk Approach. And so I'm excited about that. I feel absolutely confident and happy that this is just the path that we are on. And so on Sundays at 4:21 p.m. Eastern time, we will still be live, but it won't just be what we call spiritual fellowship. It will be, even though it will be fellowship, and this is where we want to start planning to go from city to city, state to state, country to country, doing the Love Walk approach, doing what I may consider the Love Walk Crusades, right? Where we are going and actually taking this to the locations, and being in the room and being in the space with everyone as much as we can. All right. I guess it's a revival of sort, and we here for it. A reformation. We get to travel and do what it is that we were shown to do as an apostle. And this is the training in the what it is that Christ Joshua was doing and saying, come learn of me. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. But he also went to take a message as he learned, as he grew, because he did study. He studied in the temples, he studied in the synagogues, he studied with other places and people, and he gained, and he offered that to the world, becoming all things to all men so that we can win one. And so that is our journey. If you are a little bit uncomfortable with that, you feel like you need some type of religious conversation to happen, by all means, it's okay for you to continue in whatever practice that you choose, but take that practice and bring out the principles of love so that we can walk out this Christ likeness, this Christ walk. All right. And so the love walk approach will be on Sundays, still same time, and we will be live in all of the Love Walk Outreach Global spaces. So on YouTube, on Facebook, and in our community, I believe. That's subjective. We'll find out. Um, the other couple of things that are clear is that on Thursdays we will be here as well for prayer and flow. That'll be the time where we come together and we lift up whatever areas that God will have us to cover. On Sundays, we are learning. We are coming together, we're teaching, we're interviewing with people and giving a different perspective of what love looks like in other cultures, belief systems. And so we are just ready to just totally, take a leap into this space, learning and growing with others so that we can build this bridge, so we can bring back the unity and the oneness of God. This was the mission of Christ Joshua, and so we're here for it. This is where we do bear the burdens of one another. And so on Thursdays we will still have intercession time. This will be prayer and flow. Prophetically, I'll flow prayer for whatever areas that God reveals, and that will also be a Love Walk Outreach Global thing on Thursdays, still on this platform. On Wednesdays, this will be a space where I'll be in my coaching community for women. It's called Inspired Oppression. We will be in that group on Wednesday nights at 7:11 p.m. Eastern Time. And so if you are a woman who wants to make whole her soul in this space of coaching, literally all I'm doing is taking the very principles that we learn about spiritually, that love is law, and we turn it for sure on the inside. And I'm kind of coaching you through how to grow in love, right? Love of self, love of others. You're going to learn about empathy. You're going to heal wounds. You're going to face some of the old things, but we're not going to focus on the old more than we are on inspired oppression. We are focused on getting up. We press up. We're going to focus on affirming our lives in a different way. And so we're going to be there on Wednesdays with them. And Tuesdays is prayer and flow as well, but that is IG. That's on Instagram. That is prayer and flow for celebrities, influencers, those who are in the spotlight, those who are blessings. Mary, good to see you. Those who are in the spotlight, those that people judge more often than not. We're bringing love to that space. And so we'll be on Instagram doing that. I'll announce the time for that later, because that might be the day that I go from Instagram over to TikTok and kind of do prayer and flow on both of those channels. But again, I'll announce that later. The ones that I'm absolutely sure of right now is Sundays for the Love Walk approach, conversation, interviews, sitting and having talks with other leaders who focus on love and reformation as their conversation. We are bridging all of the gaps. We're finding out where God has placed these nuggets of love, the insight that comes along with them. And so we're going to be doing a lot of exploring. Again, if you love being a part of that, you want to learn more, you want to grow more and all of that, that's wonderful. And then prayer and flow, or I was prayer and prophetic flow. I'm going to call it what it is, on Thursday nights on this platform as a Love Walk thing, and on Instagram on Tuesdays for celebrity influencer prayer and prophetic flow, and Wednesdays with our women's coaching group, so we can affirm our way back to life, into wholeness. We're affirming our way back to life and back to wholeness. Ladies, get ready as well. I will be posting an invitation for you to join our next program. And so, nevertheless, y'all, we got a little bit of flow going on. I'm not disappearing. The 100 days are over today, but we are moving forward. Um, Again, if you come on Sundays, you are coming to grow. You are coming to receive. You are coming to learn. You're coming to see how it is that we're going to help to heal this land. Right? If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, then I'll hear from heaven and heal the land. Well, the land is going to be healed because it happens through us. Healing of the heart, bridging gaps, listening to other people from other cultures, background, and races, and faiths, and all of that, to understand that God is but one. Your religious practice or whatever practice you have, that is for your personal self. So if there are certain things that you just do not do, don't want to do, then this is what Romans 14 is speaking about when it says being fully convinced within yourself. Anything not done in faith is sin. So we're trying to get you to understand that love is the foundation, and then you build your faith off of that. There's no condemnation in that. There's no pettiness going on with God. He's not telling you that you got free will, but he really don't mean it. No, you absolutely have free will, and you got to live it out. That's how faith is developed. So we're going there. All right, y'all. The Love Walk approach, starting this Sunday coming up. I'm gonna get my flyers and stuff done, and we're gonna post it, and we're going to let people know that we'll be doing that. The Love Walk approach is happening. And what if God is all of us is the question. If God is all of us, how should we treat each other? How should we act? If God is omnipresent, meaning everywhere at once, how should we conduct ourselves if we know that every individual that we're looking at is just simply a unique expression from the great I am? Blessings, Nadia. I see a seed. Thank you. So we're diving in. All right, full speed ahead. Um, we have What If God Is All of Us, considering the Love Walk approach to social justice and global healing. If you have not already ordered that book off of Amazon, I suggest you order it, and order it in a hard copy, just so you can have the hard copy. You feel me? It just felt good when it touched my hands. But also our upcoming book that will be released in May is entitled Love as the Master Healer. And so in this book, I kind of just bridge everything together. My work as an apostle, my work as a prophet, my work as a coach, my work in any area as an author is all so that we can be encouraged and be healed through the power of love. And we just break down the basic principles in the sense that it can make sense. But we're trying to take some things out of the box so that people are no longer walking around crippled and broken and don't know how to make their way back. So I am considered to be the person that helps others ground. I'm the person that wants to, love people back to wholeness. But I must honor the fact that free will is a thing. So if you're willing, if you're willing, if you're ready, and you're ready to connect and be a part of this, then I am grateful for you. Absolutely grateful for you. Um, all right, I think we got it. Love Walk approach. What if God is all of us on Sundays, where we fellowship, we come together, we learn, we grow. Again, there are going to be guests coming out for the rest throughout the year to come and share their approach as far as love is concerned. How do we implement that into everyday life and stick to the fact that love is the fulfillment of every law? All right. Tuesdays, Instagram, prophetic prayer and flow for celebrities and influencers. On Wednesday, I'll be in the group with the ladies, and on Thursdays, we'll be back here for prayer and prophetic flow, where we are interceding for the world, the globe. Global ministry is what this is. And so get yourself together. I'm going to post some flyers. You can share them with other people. Make sure that you start to invite, because word of mouth is how this ministry is going to grow. It's simple as that. If I ever share anything promotional wise, it'll probably be some products or any of those things. Get ready to come and to pour into it back. Give freely if you've been given to freely and it resonates with you. So that we can make this thing grow. All right. If you believe in it, then let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. And any other things that I add on, I'll put them on the flyer, and it will be that. Tonight, let's go ahead and take our deep breaths in, because I want us to really embody everything that we've gained. And so get your paper and your pencil if you have it already. And as we take this time to just breathe through, I want you to start writing down, if you've been here any, however many amount of days you made it, I want you to write down what you gained. I want you to write down what you gained. I want you to write down what you've gained. So we're going to take these 3 deep breaths in, and then I'm going to give you a few minutes to just write down what you gained. And if you showed up for all 100 days, and you've been here for the majority of the 100 days, and you have nothing that you can write down, then you got to go back and think, why am I showing up? Why am I here if I'm not there to receive? Why am I here if I'm not ready to grow? So let's take that first deep breath in. You are breathing in love and light and peace and awesomeness. Just joy. You're living in the fullness of who God has designed and called you to be. You're coming into the full awakening of your authentic self. That is how you give God glory, by showing up in the fullness of who you are. So all the opposition called fear and resentment and pain and shame and guilt, all of those things are adversaries. So we're going to release all of that tonight one more time. Take that deep breath in. Allow your body to relax. No tension, no stress. We focus only on peace, only on love. We're taking it in. As we breathe in, we're taking in that love and that peace and that light. So we don't have time to focus on anything else. Just let that peace, that love, and that light push everything right on out in that breath. Take the second breath in. Push it on out, push it on out, push it on out. Now we're going to take this third deep breath in, and we are going to show so much gratitude within ourselves. God, I'm thankful. Go ahead and take that deep breath in. I'm going to talk you through this one, and you know to hold it in gratitude. But take that breath in. And while you are holding it, we are grateful, oh God, for this breath. We are grateful for every opportunity that comes along with it. We are thankful for everything that is. Everything that is in this moment. I want you to take some time and write down what you gained over this time. What have you gained? What have you gained? What have you gained? Should I say, what are you going to apply? What have you gained that you are going to apply? There's no need to be in a place if you're not receiving anything, even if it's just the seed of hope. I've gained more confidence. I've gained more peace. I've gained instructions. I've gained boldness that I didn't have before. I've had some heart checks, been made aware of the fact that sometimes my faith still gets rocky. I've gained the fact that it's okay for me to yield and just fully become what God has called me to be. When we say not my will, but your will be done, what we're saying is, God, I'm willing to develop and to grow into the fullness of who you have for me to be. And socorre mandias. Peace that surpasses all understanding. Peace that surpasses all understanding. Peace that surpasses all understanding. Shackles have been released. You've walked out of the grip of the thing that is holding you hostage, and you're looking towards the thing that is your joy and your peace and your shalom. I've learned that I am an encourager by nature. I was put on this earth, my purpose, even through every stage of my life, that thing has been consistent. Loving others, helping to create some energy of love inside their hearts, some encouragement, some empowerment, helping people to understand things through different perspectives. So I walk in wisdom. I'm a prophet. I'm a coach. I'm an author. I do inspired spoken messages. I'm random. I'm on a whim because I'm for more people than just a small group of people. So therefore, I must be equipped to be able to embrace them all and not just a small portion. So I'm blooming. I'm opening up even more so in this hour. I've learned that what I do in my profession, and this is my career, this is my profession, is what God has given me as a gift to use to help strengthen others in some way, shape, or form. And so what I'm here to give to others, I have to make sure I monitor to see whether or not I'm giving it to them and I'm not overdosing people with things they can't handle. But I do get to open up a room for people who are willing to go deeper and learn more. Get to coach them in that way, be their spiritual advisor. So I'm opening up, just going to show up and be the fullness of who I am. And those who can receive, and those who are not able to receive, that's okay too. What have you gained? Here's my transparency for the moment. Before all of this, I went 100 days. We went 100 days, and I think the most that we've ever had on these broadcasts were the 10 people we had last night. And tonight being the 100th night, where are the people, right? And I could feel some type of way about it, but I just don't. Those who will, let them come. My job is just to set up shop and to be present. The job of the others that are joining me is to be able to say, hey, I'm gaining something from this space. I'm inviting you into it. No worry, no stress, no toiling for it. I just know that those that need to come in and go through the time of healing, the time of love, the time of connection, if that's what they need for this season, then we here for it. And we do ask that if there be anything that resonates with you, that you find it in your heart to give a love donation or offering to this vessel, to this ministry. But it ain't no pressure. You are here to gain, and I will give it whether you have something to give or not. Making peace with the fullness of my process, my purpose. What did you gain? Take one more deep breath in. Oh, great I am that you are. It is my prayer in this very moment that you would open up the eyes and the understanding of those who are listening to me, and that they can begin to find themselves in whatever message that you sent forth for them over this time. Let it come back up. Let it come back up to their mind, to their heart. Let them be able to remember something that was a well dang moment that they kind of skipped over, but it was intended to help them with their healing. It was intended to help them with their viewpoints. Maso Rebakatai. Allow us to be aware and to embody. Oh, to the faithful, to the faithful. You journey through, you're connected. But being connected is about you and what you came to get, what you came to gain. When you walk into a location with the individual that is planted and you come into their space, it's almost like walking into someone's home. That home doesn't change to fit you. You walk into the space of something that's already established, and you walk in and you find out whether or not this is something that can resonate with me. Is this a place that I can grow? Is this a place that I can learn and and cleanse myself of whatever's in my heart, heal what is broken? You come in and you come to receive. And if you contribute in a way that feeds the fullness of the mission. But all of that should be done without grudge and from the heart. So not only be faithful to the place that you're plugging yourself into, be faithful to yourself when you show up to gain, to show up to receive it. For those of you who may be jumping on, listen, I am asking tonight that as an honor to the end of our 100 days of prayer and flow, in this way, that you would contribute or give a love offering or a seed of $100 or more if you can. And I want to pray over it tonight. I want to pray over it a blessing that I know is sure. Because not only is my faith in this prayer, but my love will be in there too. And I do believe that love it changes and shifts some things. Faith absolutely causes things to move. And when you have the combination of both, then the power, all the power, all the power. So prayerfully, you wrote down what you've gained. God, we seal the prayer. Well, first of all, protect those who have been in and out at any given time throughout this 100 days. Protect them. protect their families, allow them to be aware of any danger that may be around, but they do not live in anxiety or fear. They are safe. I pray that you would dispatch the angels to surround them on every side. Dispatch the angels to surround them on every side. Blessings, Taisha. Blessings. Cover them from the top of their head to the soles of their feet and everything in between. Bless the foundation that they've allowed. This foundation that you gain here while listening to these love walk conversations and listening to the insight and the prophetic messages of God is to prepare you for the place that you're going into. Words of wisdom, words of insight, words of foretelling or prophecy. Talking about the future tense, giving words of wisdom for this time, the present, words of knowledge that have to do with the past, bringing it all together to your wholeness. So if you've been impacted at all, that's what we're asking. A love donation of $100 or more to say that this has been something that's blessed my life. But of course, it's not a prerequisite for you being here. It's just from the heart. All right, free to give. So again, I am grateful for this time with you. I'm grateful that you showed up throughout this time, throughout this 100 days. Again, on Sundays, we will be here still live at 4:21 p.m. Eastern time for the Love Walk Approach. It is our Sunday conversation. We will again have guests that come on with us. What if God is all of us is the question that we will ask as we teach. And we will begin to see, how do we treat each other in this life? If God is all of us, how do we treat God? God made manifest as all things. How do we treat that? How do we treat each other? How do we treat life? So we're going to be answering that question. What if God is all of us? We're going to have guests that will come to talk about how they view love walking, no matter what their background may be. And you may hear something that helps you more than what you think. You come in here with a non-judgmental eye and ear for Love Walk Approach. All right, that's on Sundays. On Tuesdays, we will be on Instagram for prophetic flow time, insight time for our celebrities and influencers. That word was given to me multiple times over the years, but the one that really stuck with me the most is being in Greensboro, being in North Carolina with the Rojas's, my siblings. Blessings, LaMonica, my siblings in the spirit, and Apostle Omar, my brother. He gave that message and he spoke of a few things. And this is and I want to share this because this is the other reason why, as much as, you know, I may want to look in the direction of so many different things, I have to remain grounded in order for others to be able to get that love and the foundation they need to mature and to grow into their next level. And one of the things that he said to me about, being a voice for those that are in celebrity positions, because they need prayer too, y'all. They need less judgment and more prayer. They need more love, right? Because they are people just like us trying to work it out. And when you have the extra pressure on your back of being the center of attention, because that's what they were called to do. Performers and entertainers, they have an assignment in this life too, to entertain and to perform, to bring some lightness to life, to bring some joy and some experiences. And so they deserve to be covered as well. But he spoke about, being a spiritual advisor for celebrities and influencers and things like that. And I've been sitting with that since he gave that word. And I'm like, God, how do I approach that? And he's just taught me to just go with the flow, for real. Like, don't try to do anything right now just because the thought came to you. You can be productive all you want. You can do trial and error all you want. But if you be still and listen and hear me, you'll know when. You'll know when. So we'll be over there on Tuesdays, just encouraging them encouraging anybody who listens in, of course. But we are directing it at them. Sometimes they may join, sometimes they may not. I don't know who's gonna pop up over there. All right. And just being spiritual advisor to them as God leads, because many people are just looking for a place to rest. No issues, no drama, no judgment, no pain. On Wednesday, I'll be in the group, in the Inspire Oppression group with the ladies. And on Thursdays, we will be back here for prayer and prophetic flow. As a community, we want to lift up each other. So thank you for being present these 100 days with me. Thank you for receiving the insight again. Journal and keep journaling about what you received and what you gained. And for everything that you've poured in, absolutely grateful. Absolutely grateful. Absolutely grateful. Absolutely grateful. Nadia, I pray now over your seed. Aso Ramandiokos. Mansokorema. Increase comes to you in different ways in this hour. Financially, you will always flourish. You will always flourish because you're going to only think on flourishing, not on what you may lose. You're only going to think about increase and growing and flourishing in that area. But God is going to cause increase for you in other ways. Your relationships, you're going to have an increase in relationships. But God is trying to cause you to start planting the foundation and the seed for this transition or this shift of Nehemiah going to college and you not feeling, the full weight of what that feels like. He's trying to lift that off of your shoulder. And so he's going to surround you, but your heart must be willing to heal and to open up. It won't be a whole bunch of folks, don't worry. Masoko remandios. Mansoko remandios remandios. Just waiting to see whether God wants to say anything else. Won't be a whole lot of people, so don't worry about that. But definitely position yourself to enjoy this life, because that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Oh, Ramand. Shenamandios. Oh God, you are gracious. You are wonderful. And we thank you. Romel Carter, my son's father, my baby father, my number 3 baby daddy, sent me a seed to show support. And I'm going to pray over his seed right now. And I thank you, oh God, for this seed, this love offering that says, I believe in you. And I ask that you would bless him indeed, that doors will open and that he will begin to see things from such a new perspective, that he will be able to know just what you have in store for him and the life that you choose, to show him just how loved he is. Open up doors of opportunity. Allow him to be able to use his skills, gifts, and abilities to make room and make space for himself, that his life will be great. Living life and life more abundantly. Increase him and overflow him. Thank you, Yahshua the Christ, for being influential in the life of those who give and cause there to be nothing but increase. And it is so. And it is so. And it is so. Oh. I think it's gonna feel kind of strange not logging on tomorrow to do prayer with everybody. So you never know whether I'll pop up someplace or not. But thank you for joining me for this 100 days. May the peace of God that surpasses all understanding be your portion, and may you remember. May it come up at the times where you least expect it, that you remember a portion of the prayer. May it come up in a time that you least expect it, where you begin to utter words that you heard that can take you from where you are to where you want to be. I am celebrating you in advance. These 100 days have been for the intercession of this beginning portion, for the first quarter of the year. And we've made it through some very tough spaces because of the time of intercession and prayer. But this is the time of the open up. And so it is time to flourish. It is time to bloom. And so I bless you as you go into this next quarter of this year, fully and completely. I love you just because I can. Y'all gonna be seeing me, child. I ain't going too far. Many blessings.